Hey, see here, and this is Agatha Christie, and then there were none. This is very different to how I usually start Let's Plays because it has been so long since I actually installed an old PC game, and I feel nostalgic about how the old installation games, because now I have Steam just downloads it for you. There's no real installation. You don't actually have the CD that you need to put and everything. So I feel nostalgic with just not for this specifically. I did play and then there were none back then in the day, but it's not this game specifically, installing this game specifically, that makes me nostalgic. It's just the installation process, so I wanted to put it in the video. Let's install game. There it is, Agatha Christie, and then there were none. Like, installing games was an experience. Listen to this music. And then you just click next, you don't read that, and you just say next. And this was it. But it was an experience. I used to really like this because it gives you a glimpse on what you're going to experience. So yeah, I God, the nostalgia. My favorite game to install was always The Sims 2, actually. The original The Sims 2 had a quiz you could take while it installed, and at one point, oh, right. This is another thing. You need multiple discs. What? You need multiple discs. So, let me just put in the second one. Wow, it's going so fast. Back in the day, it would never go this fast. I like the, I would never dream of a computer going this fast for a game like this. And like back in the day, a game like this for me that didn't understand that much was so cool. But then I read the reviews and everybody's criticizing the the graphics. Like when it came out, everybody would say, "Oh, these graphics were better 3 years ago." Like there's better games from 3 years ago with with better graphics. But still, I love this story. This is my favorite Agatha Christie story. So I don't remember much of the game, except I kind of played it back then, but I want to play it again. So hope you enjoyed this little nostalgia trip, but let's get right to the game now. Now that it finished installing. And here we are. Agatha Christie, and then there were none. So I wasn't expecting the installation to go that fast, to be honest. But here we are in the actual game. And this was a game that I played, I never finished. Because when I played it, it was still in English and I was only a child. I mean, in retrospect, I shouldn't have been playing a game like this because I was a child. Not because it was in English and I couldn't understand it. But, you know, it's one of those games that in my memory made me love that game. My memory, it was so cool. But then, as I said, I saw the reviews and apparently it wasn't that well received. But this game made me love the story, and this is my favorite Agatha Christie story. So let's just start.
I hope my son's antics don't disturb you.
Madam, were it in my power to sentence him to 30 days hard labor, they would not disturb me in the slightest.
Smashing day for it. On holiday?
No.
Oh, Leslie. It isn't true. Oh, beg pardon, ma'am.
Miss.
Yes, of course, yes. Have to be, wouldn't it?
To be fair, yeah, seeing these graphics, you wouldn't expect this game to be from 2005.
I suppose I'll be expected to tend to his wounds after he piles up, if I don't feel that.
There are a lot of games from before then that look better than this, but the voice acting was well regarded, at the very least.
No one injured, at least. No apparent damage to the cars. Young fool must lead a charmed life.
I don't know if it's just me though, but the volume is a little weird.
My money's on the servants. The servant's usually always the guilty one in the end.
Welcome to Sticklehaven, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Davis, the harbour master.
Sorry. Waiting for me.
That's everyone then. The other bags are already on board the boat there.
There's me, the most plain looking guy ever.
Blimey. It must be him. In the flesh.
All set, Nericot.
Ready, sir.
In the
Right,
flesh?
I'll
Am I
leave you
famous
then.
or something?
Sea's calm. Should be a pleasant crossing. If you leave now, there's a squall coming. I can smell it.
Why is it called Shipwreck Island?
Well, the weather can turn nasty quickly. There are many submerged rocks, lots of wrecks hereabouts, and that big rock at the tip is said to resemble a beached schooner. The locals call it Ship Rock.
You're not from around these parts, then, Mr. Narracott?
No, sir, I'm not.
Oh, the shipwreck looks like a shipwreck.
It'll never work.
If you would be so good as to follow that path up to the house, my wife will show you to your rooms. I expect you'd all like to freshen up after your journey. Where's Fred?
Under the weather. I took his place.
You'd be the brother then. I see the resemblance. Will you help me with the bags?
Yes. I've been hoping to get a look at the house.
Oh, okay, I wasn't meant to stay here. I don't remember anything about it.
Chapter 1. 10 little sailor boys went out to dine.
Oh,
One choked his little self, and then there were 9.
It's the rhyme that made this my favorite story. I used to know that nursery.
Thank
Well,
you
it's
for
not a
your
nursery
assistance, Mr.
rhyme, but
Narracott.
that rhyme.
Everything and everyone
heart.
nicely in place. I must say, I don't much like these clouds. I expect you should be heading back without delay.
But yeah, this is
Now it begins. Don't worry, Fred. I won't let you down.
the
Just a drizzle. It's going to get much worse.
Oh, okay, and we're in the game. So, a few things. First of all, this is a very old game. This is from
I should
2005.
return to my boat to retrieve some supplies before I begin any real investigation.
Yes, I get it. I forget your name, but I get it. Since it's an old game, this is the dimension it takes on my desk, and it's very distracting. This is the app that I need to use to do to make it into a windowed mode, because otherwise it made my screen like it made my entire screen not work. My screen turned black. I had to unplug it and plug it back in, but yeah. That's the first thing. It's really distracting because it's so small, but also this is pretty much the same game, the same story, but with one added character, which is your character, the main character. So it's not just 10 little sailor boys, because this guy wasn't supposed to be here. It was supposed to leave right now, actually. So the 10 little sailor boys. Oh, okay. Whoops. Well,
Someone wrecked my boat. Fred won't be too happy about this.
oh, someone did on purpose? Okay. I thought it was just an accident. But yeah. I wasn't supposed to stay here, I don't think. The rhyme was for the other 10 guests, not for me. But they added this character to be the investigator of the game. And another way it differs from the novel is there are multiple endings in this one. I think there are 3. And just to make it different, just in case you already know the story, to change it up a bit. So that you don't know what the ending is. And yeah. But this is my inventory, okay. And this is... oh, my notebook, okay. The island got its name by being shaped like a wrecked ship. It also done more than a few unwary boats in its day. God, I need... wait a second, I actually have something to make... well, I need something to make it just look better. I can't make it bigger, but... maybe I can, actually. I'll need to mess around with the settings, not now though. So, let's talk to you.
Mr. Naraka, why are you still on the island?
Someone scuttled my boat.
Scuttled? Wrecked, you mean? But who on earth would do such a thing?
I intend to find out.
But that means who will come for us on Monday?
Unless this storm lets up, no one.
Dear me, dear me. Come in, come in. You'll catch your death out here.
I don't think there'll be anybody to
I
bring
must help my
back
wife prepare dinner.
by Monday.
I'll have her fix you up something in the kitchen.
Thank you.
Where he's going to sleep, I'll never know. Ethel won't like this one bit.
Okay. So apparently another criticism this game had, besides the... what's happening? Okay, besides the graphics, which, to be fair, it's not the graphics in general. I feel like the environment is pretty good looking. I think it's the models themselves, the character models, that look quite ugly. But besides that, another criticism this game got was the mechanics are apparently clunky, and the puzzle solving. Some of the puzzles are
Your shot, Judge.
quite
Yes.
clunky.
You haven't left me much, I confess.
I knew
But we'll
judges
see
listened
about
to
that. I don't
confessions.
remember it
I
being
never knew
that
they made them as
difficult or
well.
that
Oh,
clunky.
some judges
But I was
may
just a
have
child,
flaws.
so who knows?
Some doctors as well, I expect.
Hello there.
May I ask you a question?
There is not a time for idle chatter.
Yeah, my question is, why are the balls all the same? Is that a kind of pool that I've never seen? I'm pretty sure they should be numbered 1 through 8, I think it is, and have different colors, like specific colors and circles or something like that. I don't know that much about pool, but I know that in theory it shouldn't all be red balls, right? I might be
May
wrong.
I interrupt for a moment?
I take it you don't play snooker, Mr. Narracott.
Oh, this is snooker.
Otherwise you'd know you should be as still as Lot's wife.
Wait, what? So the way you play snooker is to be still in front of the table and not do anything. I mean, this is what it seems like. I've never even heard of snooker.
I can't open it. It's locked.
Well, to be fair, what year is this? Maybe pool wasn't pool yet, and that was like a precursor to pool, or billiards, I guess you could call it. Should I go up? I don't think I have anything to do upstairs for now. Like, I don't think I have reason to go upstairs. No, let's go back down. Back that way, maybe? What's in here?
The door is locked. An upstairs-downstairs type of thing, I imagine.
What type of thing? An upstairs, downstairs. What does that mean? Oh, okay. So, let's go this way. Is this like the dining area? Okay, maybe it's a bit I mean, I didn't change much. There's no voice volume is the thing. So, there's only effect and music volume. Oh, there they are. So I obviously didn't read the story when I played this game, because again I was a child, so that's not exactly a children's story. It's not exactly a children's book to read to your baby child to bed. But the original, I think, I don't remember in English, but the original rhyme I think goes something like 10 little Indian boys. I guess they made it into Sailor Boys here to make it more to make it less problematic, I guess.
10 little sailor boys. Charming.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what? That's where I came from, right?
It'll never
no.
work, I tell you. We should never have agreed. A house party only a week after we arrive? And no other help?
Ethel, calm yourself.
You promised me. Never again, you said.
How was I to know? Oh, Mr. Narracott. Ethel will be preparing you a meal in here once the guests are served.
Okay. So I'm not to be treated like another guest, I'm to be treated like one of the servants. Cool, good to know. Why would you just take that? What even is it? Fruit basket made of copper wire. Sure. Let's take it, I guess.
The refrigerator hardly seems large enough for a house of this size.
I'm sure. If there's nobody in it, I just... What is that? At least say what it is before taking it. A cheese wheel covered in cheesecloth. Okay. I can't examine, it's not...
I don't need it. And I'm no packrat.
Oh, aren't you? Because you just have a fruit basket and a cheese wheel covered in cheesecloth. Like...
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
Okay.
The larder is very well stocked.
So apparently there's only... Didn't you just say you weren't a packrat? A turkey baster, of course. Like, why is it even an option if it's not gonna let me? Whatever. Anyway, seriously, you just said you're not a pack rat. Whatever. I forgot what I was gonna say. That is ludicrous. Oh yeah, that it doesn't seem like there's multiple options. It seems like whatever you can interact with only has one option. It's not like in other games in which if you double click or you right click or whatever, it brings the other options like to examine instead of interacting.
It's a press. Looks like it can hold quite a large amount of fruit.
But like, I was expecting at the very least to say, oh, I might need this when taking a cheese wheel covered in cheesecloth or a turkey baster. What the hell? Mr. Narakot, I don't remember his name though. Fred is our brother. Not
Mr.
us,
Rogers,
so...
I was wondering if I might have a word.
If you'll forgive me, sir, I'm far too busy to talk with you at present.